young pretenders and to destroy their holy sanctuary.
So tell me, Harry, what were they talking about?
It was about Hellenizing us.
Jeepers, Harry! Does that mean they want to us with a what's it called?
Calm down, Ron. You're thinking of vaporizing? If you've been listening in the history of dark arts, you'd know. If I remember rightly, which I usually do, it should be here. Dr. A. Reuven writes that Hellenism is the spread of Greek culture, often by force. It may involve forced worship of idols and the removal of other religions and belief systems.
So this seems they want everyone to be exactly like them, even though we may have a different way of life and different history.
This doesn't sound like vaporizing, but I sure don't like the sound of it. If they win, there won't be any more Judaism.
Time to take advantage while we're on the ascendancy. Time has come to silence the religion of Judaism forever.
But what can we do?
Yes, we've done everything we can to topple the Jewish way of life. We've banned Brit Milah. We've outlawed the keeping of Shabbat. Ha ha ha, that wiped the smile off their faces. And we've even made the learning of Torah absolutely forbidden. Never again will they be able to enjoy the so-called fruits of Torah study.
Exactly. Surely the chaos that we have produced has done enough.
That's where you're wrong. There's one more thing we can do to guarantee the end of Jewish worship in its entirety.
And what, pray tell, is that?
The destruction of their beloved temple.
Listen, Harry, it's been 2 weeks now and we still don't know what this Hellenism thing is. We've got to do something before they strike.
Harry, I really think you should ask Dumbledore about this.
Harry, I want to show you something. We are entering into dark times, Harry. The Greeks are growing in power every day. More and more our own people are being drawn to the dark side by forces of evil. The Greeks threaten the very existence of what makes us who we are and could destroy our entire nation within a matter of months. Our nation is being stripped of their sense of identity. The thing that your parents and grandparents and all the generations before you lived their lives protecting. Harry, your own parents sacrificed their lives so you'd be able to grow up feeling proud of who you are.
Professor, why are you telling me this?
For reasons that I cannot explain, you've been given a power, Harry. A gift that makes you capable of fighting this evil.
So what exactly are you asking me to do?
I'm asking you to do what your parents would have wanted you to do. Help me fight them. Don't let them win.
Professor Dumbledore, how can we try and fight them? There are so many of them and so few of us.
Harry, remember the story of our people in Egypt? At a time when we were mere slaves, suffering the most incredible hardships at the hands of the Egyptian tyrants. How did we prevail? How did we manage to triumph over one of the greatest powers in the world at that time? All the odds were against us, We prevailed because of one thing, Harry. Faith. God is on your side, Harry, and that is a greater force than any people can match. With faith, you do not need anything else, and you must know and believe that, Harry.
But
don't be afraid, Harry. Be strong. Believe in yourself. Remember, God is on your side.
But Professor...
Harry, the Greeks are here!
What a mess! People say my dorm is messy.
They've literally destroyed everything. Quick, everyone! See if you can find some oil to light it.
Accio oil! Accio oil!
And that's working. Lumos! Oil mobilaris! Revealus oilus!
Hermione, give it up. It's not working.
Shh! We can lose my concentration! Revealus oilus!
How did we prevail? How do we manage to triumph over one of the greatest powers in the world at that time? All the odds were against us. We prevailed because of one thing, Harry. Faith.
Stop! What? Magic isn't going to work. It needs something more. Something Dumbledore said to me. We can't just rely on magic to find the oil. It's got to come from inside. We've got to really want to find the oil. We've got to believe that God will help us find it.
Chanukah!
Harry, Ron and Hermione, together with a little help from Dumbledore and the Maccabees, managed to rededicate the temple and found enough oil for one day. Miraculously, the menorah stayed lit for 8 days until new oil could be produced. The war with the Maccabees was a fight for the survival of Judaism. Many years later, we still light our Hanukkah to remember the miracles, and that no matter what happens, we have stood up for our heritage, traditions, and way of life. Wishing you a magical Hanukkah.